What's going on, guys? So I am out here at the Vanleigh Beacon, the division of Tiffin. This is a beautiful, beautiful full profile fifth wheel. Tons of storage. If you've seen the other videos, you know that this specific fifth wheel has an elevated rear deck above all this massive storage right here. And it has an elevated front deck, of course, because it's a fifth wheel. But there are some really, really cool perks about this specific floor plan. A lot of people ask, why doesn't this have a full one-piece fiberglass cap on the back? And the reason for that is because of the storage right here. So typically on a Beacon, you're gonna get that full fiberglass cap on the back of it with the LED lights. So you get the LED lights, you get all of that stuff. I have a Furrion wireless backup camera put on here. I have the nice collapsible steps, which are really, really awesome. But the biggest perk of this specific floor plan is what's hidden behind that door. So hang tight, I'll be right back. So here it is. Hidden behind this door is this enormous storage tray. This thing is absolutely massive. I believe it's 4 feet by 8 feet. Huge. I mean, we have some chairs, we have some storage bins, I have a little DeWalt fan I carry around, some screwdrivers on it right now. This right here makes loading and unloading this fifth wheel a breeze, simply because anytime we come out here, we can simply take everything that we want to put in the fifth wheel, throw it on the back tray right here, and then whenever we get to where we're going, we move it from here to the inside piece by piece. We don't have to try to figure out where we're going to squeeze everything inside of this coach, considering it has 5 slides on it, and trying to figure out where you can kind of set everything until you get to where you're going can be difficult, because you don't have a lot of room when opposing slides squeeze in, unless you put everything in the bathroom or on the front bed. So in this specific layout, we can load this up. We have storage hatches all the way down the side. We have storage in front. I mean, this is just a wonderful, wonderful idea. And this tray rolls out a little over 4 feet. So you get a tremendous amount of storage. But the question everyone wants to know is a question that I've been asking for a long time, and it's one we're going to figure out today. And that is, can you fit a mountain bike or a bicycle in general inside of this storage area? What are we going to have to do to make this a simple, quick process? Now, my specific bicycle here is a Santa Cruz High Tower carbon fiber. This is a CC model. It's a beautiful bike. I've only had it for probably about 8 months now. It's the best bike I've ever owned. It's a 29er, so it has 29-inch wheels and tires on it. It's got an extra wide 800mm handlebar, carbon fiber, has a dropper seat post. It's a pretty tall and long profile bike. This is designed more for enduro than anything. And I'm telling you all this because if you know anything about bikes like this, you'll realize this is a pretty large bike. It's a large frame size too. So this is definitely something that would be a challenge for most people. And I can't just throw it in the bed of my truck, because in the bed of my truck, I have stuff. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. I could throw it inside of the RV, but again, that's going to cause more storage related issues. Where do I put it? How do I secure it? Am I going to get the inside filthy? And then whenever we get to where we're going, how am I going to, use the inside without it taking up space? So if you have an RV like this, or if you're considering a Beacon and you want to specifically see, will a bicycle fit in here? Well, we're going to answer that question today. So the first thing I want to do is move this stuff to the front storage area up there. And let me show you how I do that. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, you have these 2 hatches on the side for storage. You can see what's going on from up here. So check this out. You have all of this storage up here, and then you have more storage that runs down the side right here, and that's that other storage hatch that you see. So I'm going to move everything from the tray right there, and I'm going to put it inside of here so I can see how easy it would be to load a bike in the tray. And you can take this little mesh down if you want to put something like a kayak in or something extra long inside of the back here. And this just gives you tons of flexibility, and I absolutely love this floor plan. And this is one of the reasons why I specifically wanted to review the 42 RDB, which is again the model number of this Vanleigh Beacon. So let's go ahead and move some of this stuff over. So you can already see that the stuff I took off of the tray takes up like no room inside of here. hardly any room at all. These are large bins. These are 27-gallon bins, and there's still plenty of room on top, you know, plenty of room around them. They don't fit down these little sides. You'd have to get a slightly narrower bin for that. But you can imagine how many of these you could fit in here if you absolutely needed to. So if you're a full-timer, just the fact that you have this type of garage storage area is absolutely wonderful. And you don't need to get a toy hauler to have this type of space. So I have this in here. Let me grab the two last items. My power drills. If you guys have watched my channel for a while, you know that power drills are a very, very important tool to carry around if you're going to be RVing. But of course, you need to have all the bits and stuff you need for it. This is in case you're working, or if I'm filming and it starts getting hot, I can cool myself down. All right, so I got everything loaded in here. Next, we're going to try to get the bike loaded in the back. All right, so a question everybody asks me is, do I have a tripod? Yes, I have lots of tripods. I try using them all the time. I just don't like repositioning them. I'm not a big fan of them, so if I can usually carry a camera or just mount it somewhere, that's what I'll do. But yes, I have a lot of tripods, and I do use them occasionally. However, in this case, I'm going to stick with the good old head-mounted GoPro. So here's the bike. There's the tray. First thing I want to do is lift the bike onto the tray, and then kind of lay it down without taking the tire off. That's my first goal. Can I get this in here with the tire on? Well, that answers that question. So yes, I can fit the bike on the rack with the tire on. If I take the tire off, it definitely adds a bit more flexibility, because I can lay the handlebars flat, put this up, and then kind of just position the tire there. Or shoot, I could even move the tire to the front storage over there, and I'd have room for probably a couple bikes. Now, I may want to lay a blanket down in between them, but I would have the room. So the other question is, can I set two fully complete built bikes with the front wheel in here without having to take the wheel off? So now I've positioned that one as far up as I think is feasible. It's going to hit that little net slightly. Okay, so the tray is fully in, and the bike fits no problem. I could easily fit probably 3 bikes in here just like this. The other bike would be positioned this way, and then the other bike would kind of be catty corner on it. But yeah, this is more than enough space. I think you can tell by looking that I have absolutely no issue fitting a completely built up mountain bike inside of this storage area. And this is a large bike. If you have like a kid's bike, some small cycles, you could easily, you might even be able to stand them upright and fit them in here. Family of 4, yeah, you could do it. I don't think you'd have any problem, as long as you figure out if you need to take the wheel off or keep the wheel on. On some bikes you might need to take it off, but overall you have plenty of room in here. I thought that the handlebars might be an issue. Not at all. This is a really, really cool testament to just how spacious this area is and how useful it is. And you could probably fit some other things in here too that you can think of. My only suggestion is you don't go super heavy, right? You don't try to load this thing up to 1,000 pounds worth of stuff. You know, 4 typical bikes probably going to weigh in the area of, you know, 150, 200 pounds, depending what they're made out of. If they're lighter weight bikes, probably closer to 150 pounds. But you could easily fit them in here. This is such a cool tray, and I know I talk about this in other videos, and I've made the point that it'd be great to have a toy hauler with a smaller garage, but with something like this, you don't need a toy hauler with a garage at all. Something like this, I can just throw the bikes in the back here. And one of the things I like to do is I don't like to fuss with putting a wheel back on. I don't like to fuss with having to assemble anything or readjust my handlebars. What's nice about this is if I take my bike, if my wife takes her bike, and we just want to hit the trails, all I have to do is pop this tray out, move the bicycle back. It is carpet, so the tire wants to kind of stick to it. And get the bicycle down. And I'm ready to go. Just have to check my tire pressure, and I'm in good shape. This tray is fantastic. The size of it is amazing. They've done a phenomenal job with this design, and it gives you a tremendous amount of extra storage and flexibility. And I have to give the folks over at Vanleigh 2 big thumbs up for including this in their floor plan. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to take the bike for a quick ride around the storage facility real quick.